guys, Author Catherine Scott here. I just watched this video on YouTube. I can't even think of the name of the person. Hopefully the person who sent me the link will put her information in the comment section below so you can listen to her as well. And the person was talking about the parents of some of the victims of R. Kelly and how they pretty much drove their daughters into the arms of this predator, and how they're now monopolizing on it and exploiting their daughters. And it got me to thinking about a lot of people's comments in trying to excuse R. Kelly's behavior by saying, well, these girls know what they're doing. Let me explain to you, in case you forgot as a child, or even some of you in your 40s and 50s that are being manipulated right now but yet have temporary amnesia. Let me refresh you how manipulation can work, and how you as a parent can actually help the manipulator become even greater, okay? So, let's say that you aren't the best parent in the world. Matter of fact, you're a horrible parent. You abuse your child emotionally, physically, mentally, or sometimes even worse, right? You represent a lukewarm bottle of milk on a hot summer day in the deep south of Alabama, okay? You see your daughter, the same one that you did wrong, meet somebody else, a friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whatever, and you see that this person means them no good, right? You go and tell your daughter that this lemonade that they looking at with the crushed ice, with the styrofoam cup, with the clear straw, in 100+ degree weather in this small town of Alabama, you tell your daughter that lemonade is no good for them. You can't understand why your daughter is looking at you in disgust. This lemonade has loved them, they fed them, they care for them, and they buy them whatever they want, right? You glass of milk, you bottle of milk, you had them not knowing when their next meal was going to happen. You had them feeling like they want ish, feeling like trash, feeling like a hoe, feeling like a dog, feeling like all these other things. This lemonade represents beauty to them. This milk is filled with ugliness, right? You can see that this glass of lemonade is cheating, means them no good, is a manipulator, and doesn't give a fuck about them. For the glass of milk, it's just another person to enjoy their ice, right? Manipulation goes like this. When you have parents who have already done you wrong, you're going to run to somebody else who you feel is going to do you right. This lemonade is fattening for you, right? You can't seem to lose this weight, aka baggage, aka pain, because this lemonade is tasting so good. When I was listening to these interviews about with R. Kelly and these girls, they don't see anything really wrong with him. They see this as love, as beauty. And if you have sense, then you know this is anything but that. But guess what this lemonade, aka R. Kelly's of the black community, can do? They can say, you know what? F what your parents say. Look what they did to you. Remember, you came to me, you didn't have anything. I make sure you eat. You got a good bed to sleep in. Let me open these closet doors so you can see how many clothes I've bought you. These shoes, so you can see how many shoes I got. That's what a manipulator does, right? That's what your man is doing to you right now, except for he giving you a Happy Meal and a pack of Newports and still manipulating you. It's not funny, but that's how upsetting it is to see how people are responding to these girls, not understanding that they are victims, right? My heart ached when I was listening to this woman speak about these conversations and heard her, I think she was talking to Jocelyn or Jocelyn, however you say her name. My heart broke, because I was like, yo, that could potentially be my daughters. And it's not that I haven't done my best by them. A manipulator is that's what he does. He or she does. He makes you feel like your upbringing was horrible. Let me also say this. If they feel like they are being treated like queens right now, and this is a horrible situation that these girls in, imagine what the fuck they came from. Like, some of these girls said they didn't eat for days at a time. And these are old people who are saying, old members who are saying that. I'm sure that behavior is still happening right now, and they don't see the problem with that. If you can go days, if your parents had you going a week at a time without eating, a day or two ain't shit. It's nothing. Y'all never think about how deep this really is. If they feel like they're living a life right now, chilling with that lemonade, how do you think that milk was? Like, my heart is so hurting for them right now because I know what it feels to run to somebody else's arms because you don't feel like your parents gave you the best of anything, or if you were neglected. I want y'all to take a moment and think about that the next time you want to point your fingers at these girls and you can't seem to understand how manipulation works. I want you to think, you know what did they come from that made them run into the arms of this man? And it's beyond money, y'all. It is emotional and mental love that they have for this man, and that's probably the worst case of love you can have. It is a blessing and a curse to love somebody at those two levels, because they can drag you through the mud and you're going to let it happen because your past is still stuck in your head. Y'all don't understand how deep I can go with this. I'm not even going to continue because I'm going to start thinking about my own past. Just listen to this, okay? One more thing. They legit think that this life is good for them. I don't know what they came from or where they're going to go. And I, at minimum, feel like R. Kelly's time, because he's going to be found guilty because he is guilty, I hope that they take this time to get the help that they so need, and so do the parents. And if they never, ever, ever, ever speak to them parents again, I would fucking understand. My hat is off to them. If I wish I could talk to them and tell them they could call me at any time. Manipulation happens. And if you don't understand that, then you have no soul. You have never been manipulated. You are a manipulator. And if you are a manipulator, then I pray that you go find your victims and apologize to them. That's how deep that shit is to me. These girls have no idea what real love is because they ain't never had it. How sad is that? That your parents who raised you, who brought you to this world, have never shown you the love that you need, and so you feel like that glass of lemonade is better for your body than a good old glass of milk. Think about it, y'all. Bye.